Once again, in a very unsurprising move, the Bleach Warriors have struck again. Hashtag, this is America. Okay, so I had just literally finished watching episode 2 of The Mandalorian, and just as I was about to record my review and reaction to the episode, hence the reason why I'm wearing this shirt, I came across an article on Insider.com that said the following. Headline: Lashana Lynch deleted all of her social media to cope with the backlash against being the first black female 007. And while reading this article, even when I just looked at the headline, I was just like, here we fucking go again. And getting into the article, again, this is from Insider.com. It says, Lashana Lynch will play the first black female 007 in the James Bond movie No Time to Die. Harper's Bazaar confirmed in a new profile of the actress. While the confirmation is new, news of Lynch's role leaked last year, leading to a backlash from people online who weren't ready for a black woman as a secret agent. Quote, she deleted her social media apps, meditated, and saw no one but family, while comforting herself with the knowledge that the aggressive comments were ultimately not personal. Yara Daily Ward wrote of Lynch, I am one black woman. If it were another black woman cast in the role, it would have been the same conversation. She would have got the same attacks, the same abuse. I just have to remind myself that the conversation is happening and that I'm part of something that would be very, very revolutionary. And finally it says, according to Harper's Bazaar story, Lynch's character, Naomi, takes over the 007 spy code name when James Bond, Daniel Craig, disappears following the events of Spectre. And once I saw this news, I had to put my Mandalorian review on hold because this news got me so heated because I'm just like, here we fucking go again. Like, it seems like every time there's any type of casting where a black person is getting a lead role in any type of genre action movie film, this happens. And it's not even like Lashana Lynch is playing James Bond or she's replacing Daniel Craig. No, she's playing 007. And yes, all things being equal, I personally would prefer if maybe she was cast in the role of 008 or 009 or 010, whatever, but that's not what's happening. She's playing 007. We don't know what the story is for this movie and why they put her in the role of 007 or whatever, but regardless of the reason why they decided to make Lashana Lynch the new 007, who cares? James Bond and 007 has been played by a white man pretty much throughout all of the James Bond history. If you have a problem with Lashana Lynch being 007, don't watch this movie. You don't have to send her death threats and send her racist tweets as if A, she was the one that wrote the movie, or B, you can change the outcome of her playing the role. And it's like, people like this make me sick because more than likely, and because she said it's a racist backlash, this was pretty much all white people. And it's like, why are y'all so threatened by black people and people of color having roles in these genre movies? And something I talk about all the time, genres that for the most part have excluded black and people of color and indigenous folk. And that's why I, again, gotta throw it back out there, that's why I loved Lovecraft Country so much, because it put black people in situations in genre films, specifically in horror, that you never really got to see us in. So it's like, why are you so threatened by one movie? Lashana Lynch is playing 007 in this one movie, and more than likely, with the way movies go, by the end of the movie, Daniel Craig is going to become 007 all over again, and Lashana Lynch might become, I don't know, 008, 009. That's probably how the movie ends. Just like when people got so upset, and this is even another example, because you can't even necessarily blame it on a race thing, because people got so upset when in the comics, Jane Foster took over the mantle of Thor. They got so upset, but then what happened? Those Jane Foster Thor books became one of the best-selling comic books of that year. And then people ended up loving the Jane Foster as Thor character. And then what happened? By the end of that run, she gave up the mantle of Thor, it returned back to Odin's son, and then she became a completely different character. And it's like, why are people so threatened? They always like to throw around the term SJW, social justice warrior, as if that's a pejorative. Yes, I'll consider myself a social justice warrior. That's a great term. To me, I fight for social justice. If you consider fighting for social justice a pejorative, then you're trash. And this is just one of the many examples of why representation matters. I made an entire video about why I decided to call myself Black Gay Comic Geek when I put myself out there in the public, and it's because it's important for people to see you. Most importantly, for people that are like you to see that there are other people out there like you, but it's also important for other people that aren't like you to see other examples of representation. And usually people try to make the whole argument of, well, just keep it like the original source material. Why do you have to change it? And it's like, that argument would fly if you didn't see racist backlash happening with other people. And what I mean by that is, for example, you have the character of Finn in Star Wars, played by John Boyega, a completely new character in the Star Wars franchise. But guess what? John Boyega talks very explicitly, you could just look up any interview, about the racist backlash that he received when his character got revealed in the first Star Wars trailers, and about how, oh, it's stupid, a stormtrooper can't be black, and yada yada yada. They called him an N trooper and a whole bunch of other racist epithets, and they sent him death threats and all this other stuff. But his character was originally intended to be black, and yet he still got backlash. So it's not just about getting backlash because they changed the character. And even with that, like, even if they changed the character from the original source material, so what? That doesn't give you the right to send these actors death threats and send them racist messages as if they're the reason that the character was changed in the first place. Even another example, I just recently went back and watched The Hunger Games, and it just reminded me of all the racism that Amanda Stenberg faced when she was revealed to be the character of Rue. And if you guys don't know, if you never read the Hunger Games book, Rue was actually described as black in the movie. Actually, let me pull it up. I could pull up the description. I have all three books. It's just way easier to pull it up on the internet. Okay, so in the books, it says she's described, and most hauntingly, a 12-year-old girl from District 11. She has dark brown skin and eyes, but other than that, she's very like Prim in size and demeanor. And then also in interviews, Susan Collins said that yes, she intended for Rue and Thresh to be African American. And like, if you go back and just look at a lot of the tweets that were said about Amanda Stenberg's character as Rue in the Hunger Games, like, I remember those very vividly. And this was like in the very early days of Twitter. I believe it was like 2012. And people were saying things like, not to be I don't mean to sound racist, but once I found out that Rue was black in the movies, it made her death less sad. Or, oh my God, I just found out that they cast Rue as a black girl. That ruined the entire movie for me. And again, these were white people. It just goes to show that the character of Rue was very popular with them, and they grew a lot of empathy and sympathy for that character. But for whatever reason, they can't imagine empathizing with a little black kid, even though it literally said in the book that she had dark brown skin. But yet, guess what? They imagined her as a little white girl. And so there was backlash against that casting. And even going to a movie which was not that good, but the movie City of Bones, there was an actor, Godfrey Gao, rest in peace. He was cast as the character of Magnus Bane. And there was backlash against his casting. Everybody was upset and was like, oh, this is very disappointing. I imagine Magnus Bane to be Adam Lampert. Oh, this ruined the movie. And there was a whole bunch of racist backlash. Godfrey Gao talked about it when he was still alive. And again, in the books, his character was described as Indonesian, which is an Asian country. So it says very plainly that his character is Asian. But again, because he was a fan favorite and people loved his character, they automatically assumed and put whiteness onto his character. So people can miss me with that bullshit about saying, oh, the reason that there's backlash is because they're changing an already established character and making it to somebody else. Because I just laid out three perfectly good examples of the character being intended to be the way they are, and yet there's still backlash against it. Even take Javicia Leslie, who was cast as Batwoman in the CW show. She's playing a completely different character. She's not replacing anybody. Ruby Rose quit. And so she's playing a brand new character. Now granted, I made an entire video of what I thought they should have done with the whole Batwoman casting and why I'm not a fan of the announcement, but that has nothing to do with the actor or the fact that this woman is a black woman. But yet, despite her playing a completely new character, guess what? There was still some racist backlash against her. Kelly Marie Tran, who played Rose in Star Wars, racist backlash against her to the point that she also had to delete her social media account. Anna Diop in Teen Titans, it was the same thing. There was racist backlash against her playing Starfire, and she had to delete her Twitter. And it's like, this keeps happening time and time and time and time again. And honestly, I'm sick of it. I mean, hell, even when Miles Morales was first announced in the comic books, people lost their fucking minds. They were upset. And yet, I bet those same people that were complaining, they're gonna get the PlayStation 5 and go play Miles Morales in the new video game that's released. And it's just like, stuff like this just pisses me off. And I can guarantee you, like, a lot of those same people that were making those tweets against Rue from the Hunger Games, I bet they grew up and voted for Trump in this current election cycle. Even now, as I'm sitting outside editing this video, I'm trying to soak up some vitamin D because unfortunately it's the only type of D I've been getting lately. So I uploaded the very same post, the article, on my Facebook page, on my Black Gay Comic Geek Facebook page, and you got people coming out the woodwork trying to justify the backlash, talking about, what did the guy say? Oh, now you know how we feel when you guys complain about whitewashing every single day, or something along those lines. And I'm just like, I didn't even engage. I just blocked his ass. First, I was just like, because maybe I misunderstood. I was like, what? But then he got snappy with me, talking about, you know how to read. I was just like, you know what? You're right. And then I just banned him. And I'm just like, where do these people come from? Like, please get off my page. But I'm just like, again, as a black gay nerd, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. And I've never seen a single James Bond movie, but after this news, I definitely want to support this movie as much as I can. And I want to be there for Lashana Lynch. And especially because I was a fan of, my first time seeing Lashana Lynch was in the Captain Marvel movie. And honestly, she was the best part of that movie. But yeah, like, this just goes to show, like, the fandoms that I love and the fandoms that I enjoy being part of and the fandoms that I love talking about, the whole origins of me creating a YouTube channel, it's like, these fandoms just be toxic as hell, and it's disheartening, and it's also infuriating, and it just pisses me off. And really, I just wanted to say to those people, if you're one of those ones that was sending Lashana Lynch death threats or sending her racist tweets, more than likely, I doubt you're watching this, but if you are, you, and I hope you choke on a fucking burrito. But anyway, that's enough of me ranting and going on a tangent. Have you guys seen this news? Have you guys seen any of the James Bond movies? Are you excited about the new movie? What do you think about this news overall? Let me know down in the comment section below. Also, if you can't hit that thumbs up button and like this video, it really help out the channel. And if this is one of your first time checking out one of my videos, welcome. This is a very interesting video for this to be your first time, but please check out the other videos on my channel. And if you like what you see, please subscribe for more and hit that bell notification button so you're alerted every single time I post a new video. I promise all my other videos are way more lighthearted, but tell your friends, families, and neighbors about my channel to help me continue to grow. And as always, I will catch you guys next time.